Who is Manila Mayor Isko Moreno's Public Relations Officer or Public Relations Manager? As we all know, Mayor Isko has burst into the scene and created great ripples all over the country. And to think that he landed number 16 in the 2016 election. So how come suddenly he's everywhere? He's all over social media. He's all over television, newspaper, and radio. Who is the public relations magician behind him? Today, I'm going to give you the identity of that public relations genius. That man, whoever he is, should be taken by the next presidential candidate if he or she intends to win in the 2022 presidential elections. The palace is his or hers, provided they get this magician of a public relations advisor, consultant, or manager of Manila Mayor Isko Moreno. But before that, I would like to introduce myself to those who are new in this page. I'm Armand din Nocum, a public relations executive myself, and you may be asking, why am I telling you this? Why am I making this great revelation? So today, I'm going to tell you that this is going to be a start of a series on Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and also on public relations. This is my way of helping bring to government positions a new breed of politicians. Politicians like Manila Mayor Isko Moreno. And there are others out there, but there should be more. We should bring change. The COVID situation has already brought to us the seriousness. We are in this situation because we lack leadership both in the national and local level. So, as Irish political thinker said, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. So, I will be helping the next generation of politicians. Those of you out there who have friends or if you yourself is thinking, I want to change things, but I cannot do that outside of the mainstream system. I cannot do that by rallying. I cannot do that by posting every day. I have to be within the political mainstream to make changes. And this is the start of the series of video blogs that I will be making to help raise the next generation of politicos. And my example, my specimen for that guidance for our new potential politicians, the new breed of political change makers is no less than Mayor Isko Moreno. Where else can we find a politician that utilized social media to make it into his position and also make changes that we all appreciate now that he is in that coveted position in the capital city of Manila? But first, we have to answer the question, who is the PR, the public relations guru, the public relations magician behind Mayor Isko. And here it is. This is the revelation. The name of Manila Mayor Isko Moreno's PR is Mr. Francisco Domagoso. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is no less than our very own mayor himself. As his chief of staff, Cesar Chavez, said, and I quote him, Mayor Isko needs no PR. Mayor Isko is his own PR. And you know, Mr. Cesar Chavez is right. This guy has been a congressman. This guy is an executive of a radio station, was an executive of a radio station, a government official in the LTFRB, and a media person himself. So he too observed that Mayor Isko seems to have that instinct, rare in a politician. Well, it might help that he had that theatrical experience. He knows what clicks with the people, what does not click with the people, the angle of a shoot, the communications level. He understands the dynamics of the media too. Because as you know, even before in his showbiz career, he's already close to the media. Until now, he goes to their birthdays. They are welcome to City Hall anytime. He attends to their needs. And he also does that to political reporters in City Hall. He gives value to people in media. And they, in turn, they are very loyal and they adore him. He does not snub. He does not treat them lowly. He makes them feel like they are kings and queens and they are friends of his. And that's a very strong factor. So, and also, Mayor Isko is a wide reader. You know, he almost read all the books of Lee Kuan Yew and other world leaders. He studies what helped them come into the position they are now and what helped them make the changes that they had and meet the challenges, especially with the public, with the media, and with critics. So that's how Mayor Isko prepared for the position he is lording over now. Of course, it also helped that he has a good life story, a good narrative as a basurero boy, as a sidecar boy, a councilor, a vice mayor for 18 years. But the rest of the media magic I was repeatedly mentioning before is Mayor Isko himself. He never ceases to reinvent himself. There is always something new, something fresh that you will see in him and in City Hall. Every day is a new day for him. Every day, new accomplishment. Every day, new improvements. And it is heaven. And it is a scenario that is heavenly for media people who in other local governments are hardly able to find news for the day. The media people are themselves almost giving up. They have to stay up late, up to 2, 3 in the morning, just to monitor and to catch up what the super active then workaholic mayor is doing. So he really has that instinct. It is all his. Of course, I would acknowledge that my friends like COS Cesar Chavez plays a big role in helping him, as well as my Inquirer colleague Julius Leonen and his dedicated and talented techno-savvy pool of millennials, team of millennials who are there to put into realization or to make things happen for the mayor. But in the center of all of this, in the center of all this media magic, the PR, the client, and the Supreme Commander rolled into one is none other than Manila Mayor Isko Moreno. Almost everything that you see now, the Capitol Report, which all over the country, only Manila Mayor Isko does in a much consistent and timely manner. Whatever happens in Manila, good or bad, you will always get a weekly capital report from him. And other than that, there is 4 to 5 mini reports done in a given day. All of this is sprung from the mind of Mayor Isko himself. And as he repeatedly says, now he introduced a question and answer portion. And tonight he just said why he introduced that. He said, I enjoy talking to people. He said that on air. He said, talking to them makes me learn many things from them. I learn many things from ordinary people in Manila. So there you have it. Mayor Isko, the great communicator, the Ronald Reagan of the Philippines. So, of course, his biggest secret in achieving the social media coup, the social media power that he wields now, is that he sincerely believes in the power of social media. You know, even during the campaign, he already relied on social media, whereas his rivals used TV, radio, newspaper. Isko mostly relied on social media. You can Google that. You can only find very few articles or exposure in the old media about Mayor Isko, because they cover his rivals. Because he is there with the people, although that's another topic. How he made use of his, massa effect and going to the people himself. But for the media, it is social media, and for that, people knows he has no money, he has not much connections and reach towards the old media. People adopted him in social media. As you know, in Manila, there is what we call the piso net. So you put one peso and you get several minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes of internet. So everyone who has no cell phone will use the piso net. So it exploded. His exposure in social media really exploded. And even before the 2019 campaign, Mayor Isko, already then a vice mayor, discovered the power of social media when he ran for the Senate. And he used his old page, Isko Dumagoso, to drum up and to get exposure all over the country. His page then numbered 150,000 and then eventually 300,000, and now it is 3 million. And he was already using that. And even after he lost the 2016 senatorial election, he converted it into a music forum, and where he wrote his or posted his inspirational quotes. So many people are saying, he's epal, he's kulang sa pansin, he's doing this. They don't, now that he's mayor, they don't know, or they hadn't observed that he was already using it even after losing the election. He remained in contact with the people who voted and supported him in 2016, and the people in Manila for that matter. So that is, he, in short, he has all the makings of a social media star. And that's what he is now. He connects with the people through social media. That is, social media is part of his system, and the people is part of that system. In that ecosystem, the great communicator, Isko Moreno, is the center of it. So, there you have it. That's my initial revelation of the Mayor Isko Magic, and who is behind that magic. So, I will be putting out more tips for the next generation of politicians or their supporters, their public relations officers, their social media managers, their campaign managers, their financial supporters, and their political backers. Because I want to help raise the next generation of politicians. There is hope in politics as long as we elect the right people in government come 2016. So, stay tuned come 2022. So, stay tuned. Please subscribe to the Armand Nocum YouTube channel, and please also click the bell button so that every time I make a post, you will get notification. You will be notified about my post. So till next time, good evening, everyone.